Pio-chan talked about how I made a dance, a choreo for his original song as well. The reason I didn't actually mention anything about the original song was because I made a dance and I was like, yeah, you guys should do this, this, and this, and then you should change positions from here, here, and here. But then, other than the position changes, which I was like, kind of like off camera, running around being like, you swap, and doing gesture games and stuff, so that they did do the position changes. But other than that, the choreography I made, they all forgot. Because it was like a really last minute thingy that like they didn't have time to practice or learn the choreography at all. So like it's pretty normal that they forgot the actual choreography that I made, because there's no time to practice. If you don't have time to practice, it's really hard to do stuff. But what happened was, like, when we were like waiting for the okay for the camera tests and stuff, because we had to like wait for the camera tests to be available. And so I was just sitting there scrolling on my phone casually scrolling through stuff, like looking at things, right? And then all of a sudden, from like the corner of my eye, I see a hand point at me, and Pio-chan's voice just booming across the room, right? And then he's just like, Maririn! He just goes, Maririn! That's Maririn! And I was like, I was in a daze scrolling through my phone, so I didn't know what was happening. And I was like, what? Me? What about me? Me? And then he was like, yeah, Maririn, you can make a dance for us. And I was like, huh? Right now? You know what I mean? And I was like, right now? And then, what's it called? He was like, yeah! And I was like, oh, like a whole song? Like, what song? And he's just like, yeah, my original song. I'll send it to you right now. And I was like, okay. So then I sat there and I was listening to the song and I was like, okay, how do I make a dance that's easy enough for everyone to learn in literally like 5 minutes? Like, how do I make a dance? And then they were just like, you can just make a dance for the chorus. And I was like, okay.
Maririn was here the day that we were like recording Daijoubu Mr. Blue Sky, and for the chorus of Daijoubu Mr. Blue Sky, we really wanted to have something that the three of us could do as a choreography, but like really simple. And I remember Maririn was like sitting across from us at the like lounge table, and then I was like, and I think she was eating, and I was like, Maririn, can you help me figure? Can you create a dance in like 10 minutes, please? And Maririn was like, me? Okay. While she's still eating her food, she like gives me a thumbs up, and she's like, okay, I got it. Yeah, you had like exactly, you had just 5 minutes. But you came up with something really nice and simple, but it ended up looking really cool.
And I made one really like as simple as I could. But the only person who kind of did it was Miruko. Miruko was the only one who could actually remember it a little bit, I feel. The other two, I think they were like more, they were too like into the actual like freestyle that they kind of just forgot. Unreasonable request, I guess, because it was literally 5 minutes before camera check. And then he was just like, yeah, you can make a dance. And so I made the dance in 5 minutes and tried to teach them in 5 minutes. And then it didn't even happen. I'm kidding. But it's okay, because like the actual, like, what's it called? The actual, them doing the free stuff turned out better. And I feel like it fit the song better anyways. So I was like, I don't think you needed a choreography for this. But I'm really, like, what's it called? Thankful. And I'm happy to get this opportunity. I was happy to get this opportunity to be able to make a dance and also be part of, like, what's it called? My Kohai's 3D, since, you know, Pio-chan worked really hard on his 3D, and he had, like, his script was so, like, in detail. He was like, I want this to be exactly like this, so he wrote everything in, like, a lot of details. So it was really, like, he worked really hard, and it was really, really interesting as well.